नमस्कार, मैं हूं आपके साथ हर्षिता और आप देख रहे हैं लोकोत्तर न्यूज। डिलिमिटेशन और महिला आरक्षण के मुद्दे पर देश भर में सियासी घमासान तेज होता जा रहा है और इसी कड़ी में तेलंगाना की राजधानी हैदराबाद से एक बड़ा राजनीतिक बयान सामने आया है, जहां बीजेपी के वरिष्ठ नेता मर्री शशिधर रेड्डी ने तमिलनाडु के मुख्यमंत्री पर तीखा हमला बोला है। उन्होंने आरोप लगाया कि केंद्र सरकार की नीतियों, खासकर महिला आरक्षण और डिलिमिटेशन को लेकर गलत जानकारी फैलाकर दक्षिण भारत में भ्रम की स्थिति पैदा की जा रही है। रेड्डी ने कहा कि इन मुद्दों को जानबूझकर उत्तर बनाम दक्षिण की राजनीति से जोड़कर जनता की भावनाएं भड़काने की कोशिश की जा रही है ताकि चुनावी फायदा उठाया जा सके। हैदराबाद में बीजेपी नेता मर्री शशिधर रेड्डी ने परिसीमन और महिला आरक्षण को लेकर बड़ा बयान दिया। उन्होंने तमिलनाडु के मुख्यमंत्री पर आरोप लगाया कि वे केंद्र सरकार की नीतियों को गलत तरीके से पेश कर रहे हैं और इसे दक्षिण भारत विरोधी बताकर लोगों को गुमराह कर रहे हैं। रेड्डी के मुताबिक ये एक सोची समझी रणनीति है जिसका मकसद चुनावी लाभ लेना और उत्तर दक्षिण के बीच विभाजन पैदा करना है। उन्होंने स्पष्ट किया कि महिला आरक्षण बिल, जैसे नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम के नाम से जाना जाता है, लागू किया जाएगा और इससे महिलाओं को राजनीति में 33% भागीदारी मिलेगी, जिसे 2029 तक प्रभावी करने की योजना है।
The actions of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister are most regrettable. Trying to spread the falsehood that what the government of India is now contemplating in terms of women's reservation and delimitation is anti-South, anti-Tamil Nadu and anti-South. He is saying all this only to whip up sentiments to gain electoral advantage as the elections are due next week in Tamil Nadu. In 1999, when Sri Karunanidhi was the Chief Minister, the Tamil Nadu Assembly passed a resolution stating that 1971 should be continued as the basis for allocation of parliament seats for at least 50 years. It was a unanimous resolution, and at that point of time, the Vajpayee-led government, the DMK was also supporting it. They were part of the NDA. So there were no politics at that time. Everything went smoothly. In 2001, the 84th constitutional amendment was brought in, whereby the 1971 basis was extended for another 25 years. Now last year, Mr. Stalin led an all-party meeting in Chennai, where he said that the Prime Minister should make a declaration on the floor of the Parliament that this 1971 basis will be continued for another 30 years. What is the government and what is the Prime Minister and the Union government doing now? They are essentially continuing 1971, because there is no change in that. The seats which are allocated to the states, all the states, north, south, everybody, continues to be on the basis of 1971. On that basis of allocation of seats, there is going to be no change at all. This was only a misinformation campaign, only to whip up the sentiments, anti-BJP sentiments, north and south, bring a divisive politics and to gain electoral gain. So there is no change. Each state is going to get about 50% additional seats. Thereby, the women's reservation bill will be given effect, and that can be by 2029. In this context, I should also mention, in fact, yesterday Srimati Priyanka Gandhi mentioned this in the Parliament, that Sri Rahul Gandhi had written to the Prime Minister saying that the women's reservation should be implemented by 2029. And she said she is happy that though the Prime Minister at times is critical of Rahul Gandhi, he has taken note of this suggestion made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So what is politics now? I think everybody should understand. I am a South Indian. Way back in 2019, I raised the issue of North-South, the danger of North-South divide, because of delimitation that is due after 2026. Because one thing we must understand, if 1971 is changed and delimitation is done on the basis of seat allocation is done, allotment is done on the basis of the 2011 census, the southern states which today have 129 Lok Sabha seats, the southern states will lose at least 33 seats. And if we wait till the census which is now started, The fear is that the South will lose at least 40 seats because the constitution as adopted by the Constituent Assembly, efforts led by Baba Sahib Ambedkar, after every census the delimitation was a must. It was a constitutional requirement. That was done away with in 1976, and when Mrs. Indira Gandhi brought in the 42nd Amendment, the 1971 was made a basis that continued in 2001, that continues even now. So all these fears, this kind of fear mongering is unfortunate. They should refrain from this, and I hope good sense will prevail over all the parties. They may be critical, they may have their own views, they may have expressed, but nobody can go against the women's reservation, and if that has to be implemented, delimitation becomes important. I mean, without that, without delimitation, you cannot. Even if SC, ST seats are allocated, it is done, it is only as a process of delimitation. You cannot simply say we'll change the SC, ST. The process has to be delimitation, and the delimitation is being done. The constitutional amendment is for this purpose, so they should not oppose it.